My 27F fiancé, 26M, keeps being too rough and accidentally hurting me. We've been together for 6 years and this has been going on for some time throughout our relationship. I've only recently noticed that it's gotten a bit more aggressive the past year or so. My fiancé will joke or play around with me, but often does things that actually hurt, and then calls them accidents. Sometimes he'll immediately apologize, while other times he accuses me of overreacting. Some of the things he'll do include whipping things, clothes, socks, hats, in my direction and hitting me in the face or eyes, head-butting me hard, play slapping and grabbing, but sometimes it hurts, feeding me something but then shoving the spoon down my throat, things of that nature. I have mentioned to him a few months ago that I didn't particularly like when the rough housing goes too far and that it doesn't really make me feel very safe. I have a history with sexual and physical abuse from when I was a child. So my fight, flight, freeze gets triggered easily with things like that. I also just want to be treated like, well, a woman, and not like one of his guy friends. At the time, he apologized and said that he would be more mindful, but nothing has changed. In fact, a few nights ago he shoved a utensil down my throat again and my immediate adrenaline reaction that time was to swat him away, and I slapped the side of his head. He immediately blew up, pointed at me, and said, "Don't hit me." When I tried to explain that was just my response to being hurt, he shut me down and told me I was being dramatic. I said, "Did you not hear me audibly gag? You shoved the spoon down my throat." He still said that I was being overdramatic and made me feel like I had abused him for slapping. That was the first time I ever had a physical reaction to his antics. I can't help but think that maybe I am being overdramatic. I'm honestly not sure. I would hate to think that he has some sort of underlying violent tendencies. I'm afraid that maybe these aren't accidents. This sounds scary. He is purposely hurting you and then got mad when you tried to get him off. Please don't let him continue to hurt you and leave before it escalates. None of what you described is accidental. Accidental would be things like elbowing you while rolling over in bed or bumping heads because you stood up or shifted position right as he was leaning in. Those are accidents. Whipping things, clothes, socks, hats, in my direction and hitting me in the face or eyes, head-butting me hard, play slapping and grabbing, but sometimes it hurts, feeding me something but then shoving the spoon down my throat. Those are all acts of violence and they are escalating. I am especially bothered by the aggressive feeding. For some reason it's all problematic, but the cruelty thrown into an act that should be nurturing is really, really icky. You need to leave and do not tell him in advance. Do you have somewhere to go? Do you know where all of your important documents are? Do you have your own bank account? He's a sadist. Get out before he kills you. Do not get pregnant. You need to break up with this guy. You are not being overdramatic. Your BF deliberately hurts you and then gaslights you. How much more of a red flag do you need? Check out the hotline.org, the National Domestic Violence Hotline. I think you will find useful information there. Good luck, Op. He is abusive. Dump him. He is gaslighting you by minimizing your feelings and how much he is hurting you. Get out ASAP or these will only get worse. His acting like he is a victim when you responded to him jamming a spoon down your throat is chilling. You deserve better, Op. He's hurting you on purpose. He's an abuser. I'm so sorry. Please don't take this the wrong way, but you are in desperate need of therapy. You need to find out if your childhood abuse makes you put up with being abused as an adult. Because you're planning to marry your abuser. That is extremely self-destructive. Please get some help. I wish you peace and safety. Headbutting? WTF? Leave now. This grooming behavior to desensitize you to abuse and make you question your correct reactions. It will get worse. He will escalate. He's already shown you that he likes to hurt you and does not change when you've told him he's hurting you. Believe him. Holy cow. Why are you still engaged to that man? The stuff that he is doing can leave you disfigured for life. Hitting you in the eye with stuff can blind you. He does not sound like someone who you should marry. You are 27 years old. End the relationship and become single. There are much better men out there. It definitely doesn't sound like he's doing it by accident. You've been clear and he's still doing it. Does that feel like something you deserve? Because I don't think it is. Someone who loves you, and especially someone who knows you've been hurt before, doesn't do that to you. Please believe me when I tell you that they aren't accidents. How do I know? Because I was once you. Granted, I was 16 when it started. He was 17. But everything you said he does. My BF did the same exact things to me. If I reacted negatively to being accidentally hurt, he'd blow up, yell at me, or mock me and tell me I was a crybaby. Over time, the accidents started happening more frequently, until they escalated into full-blown physical assaults, for no apparent reason other than my reaction to the initial incident. Your BF knows exactly what he's doing, and exactly how much force he's using when he accidentally hurts you. My best advice would be to end the relationship. This kind of behavior is 9 times out of 10 only going to get worse. Be safe. This falls into my most common question for postings in this group. Why are you even considering staying with someone who is clearly already a failure as an adult? And or being a decent human? It's not a charitable thought. I'll admit. Feel your dignity. Feel your worth. Know what you deserve. Move on. Please read this thread https://www.reddit.com/r/bestofredditorupdates/s/a6wikwism. This is a known thing some abusive people do. It is not an accident. It will escalate. Make an exit plan. Don't tell him. Do it while he is at work one day. Don't forget to change all your passwords and enable two-factor authentication. In another comment, you describe your relationship as pretty normal. None of this is normal. None of it. My partner of 9 years has never done a single one of the things you're describing. He is gentle and kind and treats my body with respect. Headbutting your girlfriend is the opposite of normal. Do you have somewhere you can go? Someone who can help you? You are being abused. It will only continue to escalate. You are in real danger. Sounds like your reaction was a self-defense reaction rather than abuse against him. He is being too rough and thinks it is funny. That is abuse. He gets mad at you for getting mad at him. That is deflection and blames it all on you for being too sensitive. Getting hurt is not being too sensitive. Apology but no correction of behavior erases the apology. Rinse and repeat? Might need counseling or a different man or no man. You only have one life. You sure he is the right person to spend it with? What do you deserve? To be treated with respect? Only one life. No do-overs. Your post has me wondering if your fiancé is a sadist and is trying to test his limits with you. But when you call him out on his behaviors, he gaslights you. You need to be very careful and talk to someone in your real life about what's going on. Personally, I'd jet the hell out of the relationship because I believe it will eventually escalate. He is deliberately hurting you and it's only getting worse according to you. He expects you to accept his behavior and not complain. When you responded in kind, he cursed at you. So it's okay for him to abuse you. But you can't even have a natural reaction to it? We teach people how to treat us, and you're teaching him that you'll accept his abuse. I hope you stop accepting this as normal and demand better for yourself.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.